All right, just a quick one today. Still don't know what day it is, sorry. Yeah, I'm a little bit draggled, as you might be able to see. It is raining today, and I didn't really want to go. I'm not going to lie to you. It was kind of rainy and kind of yucky, and I'm kind of tired, and I've got a night shift tonight. But thanks to my wonderful partner who helped emotionally kick me out of the house, which was very kind of him. And yeah, this idea of not putting too much pressure on myself and really just saying, like, I'm just going for quick courses, like, just gonna put my rain mac on, I'm just gonna be there for half an hour, I'm just gonna check in. And that, I think, was the most frustrating thing about it for me. Like, if the weather had been good, that would have really motivated me, but this feeling that I was tired and there wasn't going to be much else that I was going to want to do today than kind of just spend a few minutes doing the freedom stuff was just really, I felt really burnt out of the consistency of that. Like, I need a little bit of variety. But it was really interesting because what actually happened was I ended up going up and helping somebody out while I was up there, which was really nice. And that was a lovely little event. And then saw Lawrence during that time, and he was shivering and he's got his rug off because it's quite warm now. And I thought, okay, it's going to rain all day and you're pretty cold. Let's bring you up and do kind of a bit of a workout. Let's do a bit of dominant work, which we like hardly ever do, but it was just such a good opportunity to get him in a place where he was already feeling rubbish. And so it's a great opportunity to push through that to the other side and have the end result of him doing exercise being that he feels better. So got him up, got the rug out and everything, and basically played for about 45 minutes with him, actually. Well, it was probably about half an hour. But still, I mean, just, walk and trot, and we had some beautiful moments, really beautiful moments, and lots of connection. And yeah, it was super fun and super satisfying. And it was kind of interesting. Like, I could definitely see, like, one thing I've learned definitely from that session is I finally understand why it drives instructors crazy when people are like, and I think what it is, because I think I finally figured it out for myself today, is actually it's meaningless. If you do it the one time and then nothing happens to you do it again, the first click becomes meaningless. And realizing actually that the times when I was doing that, I wasn't going to get any more out of him anyway. Because the thing is, like, I will only put a very small amount of pressure on. And as the session went on, I did slowly increase the pressure in terms of my insistence. I didn't increase the physical pressure at all, but I did increase the like emotional pressure. We'd be like, come on, you can do it, just try a little bit harder, go, which I wouldn't normally do if I'm working in freedom. And I realized while I'm kind of like running behind him in the final minutes, trying to get just like one more canter, and it's just really tricky, and he's kind of going away and I'm kind of running behind him. I'm like, and I suddenly realize I'm going along. I'm like, what's the point? Like the click is meaningless. Like, he's gonna go when he's ready. Like, I can do the 2 clicks for the canter, which has always been my verbal cue for the canter. And then I just keep going, keep running, and keep upping that pressure until he canters, or until I see something I like, because I'll often take a counter offer. But that was a really interesting realization for me, I think, and something that's going to take a little bit of time to become muscle memory. It was definitely also interesting to see how my timing changed when I'm working with the dominant stuff. Like, I think I just feel like when I've got the tools, I find it so much harder to really think about my body. It's like if I've got to think about my body and the tools at the same time, and what I'm supposed to be asking, like, that's too much, and like my body just goes out the window, which is actually the key part. So what I'm finding is that I'm able to work on the body language stuff when it's slow in the freedom, and then what's happening is I'm only then retaining what's already automatic when I'm going to the dominant work. So that's okay, because my body language will keep improving with the freedom work that I'm doing. But I think it's a really interesting thing to notice. Today I definitely, because I was a little tired and it was raining and I had a very specific goal in mind, I definitely was more task orientated today. But I think it's a good thing to notice that when I become like that, my ability to think about my body language in the moment really, it reduces. And trying other times when I've made a conscious decision to play with dominance and I've got more time to really slow it down enough that I can think about myself and my body and the tools and everything all together. So that was really nice. And it was really nice as well because after the session I took him just briefly up to the yard to towel dry him and put the new rug on. And I definitely, I felt really well prepared, which was super good, because before I'd even brought him up, I'd gone and I'd got the rug and everything was ready on the door, and so I could bring him into the stable. I tied him up super short in the stable, so there wasn't going to be much opportunity for him to like walk around, and then I immediately started doing the towel drying. And so he was really like, he was stressed about not being with his herd and about being on his own on the yard, but also I was being really distracting, and I think that was definitely helping. And there wasn't a time where I was like away leaving him on his own with his thoughts to like just freak out about stuff. And I did find that after, you know, the third lot of toweling, he was actually starting to calm down, which was great, because then I was also able to leave that at a really good time. We walked back to the herd together. He wasn't too stressy on the way up there. And yeah, had a nice looking chew at the end. So it was really positive and I feel really good about it. And it's great to be able to say that about me having brought Lawrence up for a dominant session. Like, it was just a really good opportunity. I'm really glad I took advantage of it. And yeah, it feels so good to me to just feel a little bit more just loose, like just, yeah, like just go with the flow. Like, oh, look, here's an opportunity. Let's take it. Why not? Just for fun, you know, like rather than this like rigid military, no matter what the environment is, we're doing this and that's the way it is mentality. Like, now I'm just like, I've noticed a good opportunity to try a thing. Let's try a thing. And, you know, when I come to it with that mindset, the results are so much better. Yeah, with Mia, it was a super quick session. I really had an empty tank. But again, it was really nice. Definitely, yeah, even in the rain, she's got a much longer tolerance for me staying in one place, and I was able to stay for a couple minutes until she had a little sigh, and then I left on that. I didn't want to push it too hard because I could feel myself waiting for something good to happen. And yeah, as it is, I've got to get in, get dry, get changed and have a nap before I go to work tonight. So yeah, so there just wasn't any more time, but I'm really, really, really glad I went. I'm super grateful to my fiance today, because I think without him, I might not have had such a wonderful session. So